subscribe. It is to Keller Williams San Diego Metro is our YouTube channel. That's where we're going to have all of these team meetings posted, as well as most of our other trainings as well. Wanting to kick this off by giving a nice, hearty, warm welcome to some of our newest family members in Metro. Starting out with Rowena Dorsey, coming to us from outside Keller Williams' office, decided to stay within the KW culture and relocated down here to San Diego and is really looking forward to kicking off her business. So when you see her around, give her a nice warm welcome. Also to Cal Ford. Cal is an active duty military service member, and so he's going to be also doing much of what many of our military agents have done, which is kind of creating a bridge between their military career, launching into a real estate career. So welcome, Cal. And then we also,
Those are the two.
okay, cool. Okay, we're going to keep on going then. Here, I'll follow the slides. Next up, give a nice warm welcome. Is there any others?
No, that's it.
Okay, that's it, right. But when you see them around, give them a nice hearty high five. Also for the happy birthday love, all right? Take a look at this wonderful list. And so I'm gonna take a moment, gonna go through this list here, and on the count of 3, I want everybody to unmute themselves, pray for us, and wish them all a wonderful happy birthday. So, happy birthday to Evie, Debbie, Christine, Bob, Melanie, Amanda, Chris, Kathy, Fadi, Chris, Nick, Adam, Jovi, Josh, Surreal, Lauren, Desiree, Marwan, Victor, Gary, Matthew, Quentin, Becky, Dan, Ian, Jeremiah, Jacob, and Vanessa. On the count of 3, let's wish them a nice happy birthday. 1, 2, 3.
Happy
birthday! That actually all right. Let's open this up for some bucket fills. Tell us something good.
I have one.
Yes, Mindy.
I have to give a huge shout out to Dana Dobson and Clarissa Kurtz for guiding me through my transaction.
Love it. Great job, by the way, on that, Mindy. Seriously, tenacity is paying off. So great job, great job. And thank you to Dana and Clarissa. Thank you, guys. All right. One more shout out. Good vibes going on.
I have one.
Yes, Dave, go for it.
Okay, this is for Vinny, who's my coach. And we did a video together where I was the seller, he was the agent, and for a listing presentation, and I gave him all of my best objectives, and we recorded this, and it was like outstanding. I'm almost done transcribing it. I have a good script. I feel really confident, and just thank you, Vinny.
Awesome. Well, thank you for the shout out. If y'all have not been watching Dave and Vinny's videos, they're absolutely hilarious. So great job, guys. All right. So next up, keeping the good vibes going, wanting to also do some shout outs for our September cappers. Now, if you're new to the company, you know that, or you should know that basically to cap means that you're earning 100% of your commission. So let's give a nice big shout out to, first off, Michael Barrow. Congratulations on capping. We also have Melinda DePerna. And so it's a consistent capper just like Michael. And so they're earning 100% of their commission. Next up is Mike Drew. This is super exciting. Came to us from Big Block not too long ago. Has a team kicking butt and is capping in record time. Great job, bud. Emily, if y'all don't know this gal, you should. Emily, congratulations on earning 100% of your commission. Bridget Potterton, another record setter in regards to capping. This is actually going to be okay, so it's not the shortest amount that she's capped in, but just within, I think under a couple months is able to cap. So essentially what that means is about 10 months worth of 100% commissions. So great job, Bridget. Yeah. All right. Next up, I'm just going to give a little highlight in regards to the upcoming training and events. Stay on the lookout for the MREA Book Club Mondays until December 16th with our very own Matt Sadusky. And that's going to be via Zoom at 8:30 on Mondays. Salma Newman, who is going to be teaching our KW Command Tech training getting contacts into Command or creating contacts, either through PySync or Zapier. So that's going to be on Thursday, October 8th at 11 a.m. And then
Bring your own lunch.
I was like, what the heck is that acronym? So bring your own lunch.
That's from Coach K.
Coach K, leave it up to the okayest realtor of all time. If you haven't seen his little post, it's actually pretty funny. But anywho, the buyer and seller transaction start to finish with Coach K, Thursday, October.
Oh, sorry, that's on Monday. I did not change the date.
When is it?
It's coming Monday at noon. And he'll be in the training center for those that want to be in the training center, socially distanced with mask on. Bring your lunch if you'd like. And he will also be streaming via Zoom. So for those that want to stay from outside of the office. So that's on Monday. I will correct that.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Davey. All right, so wanting to pass this over actually to our featured S&P Spotlight. And so a lot of people have been posting about needing, inspectors and whatnot, someone that's actually available amidst all the demand for inspectors right now. So would like to pass it over to Ron as far as being a very dependable resource. Ron, take it away. Share with us a little bit about what you do and the value that you bring.
Great. My name is Ron Cantor. My company's Cantor Property Inspection. I'm actually related to Amy Bloom. She's my sister. I've been doing property inspections for 27 years now in San Diego. I'm a proud member of the California Real Estate Inspection Association, or CREA. I was the past president twice. I'm also a certified 203K HUD consultant. So if you have clients that are buying properties with renovation loans, I can help you both with the inspection and the renovation portion of it. I'm also obviously errors and omissions insured with $1 million coverage. I use a computer generated report that's mostly narrative. It's not a checklist, so it's pretty informative. The pictures go in the paragraphs where the comments are versus having to go back and forth from back to the comments. And there's quite a few in your office that are using me. So if anybody has, wants referrals or questions about how I do things, Peggy Rose, Kathy Jackson, Lisa, Bridget, obviously my sister now and then. That's pretty much what I wanted to tell you about me personally. I have a little tidbit on inspections. Lately, I've been running into a lot of properties that have been having issues with smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. It's just so everybody's clear, you are required to have one smoke detector on each floor, on any area leading to a bedroom, and depending on the age of the construction, inside the bedrooms. Carbon monoxide detectors are required, one on each level. And if the house was built in 1991 or newer, the smoke detectors were required to be hardwired. And so they're interlinked. So if one goes off, they all go off. And I've been seeing lately where a lot of people have been replacing the hardwire type with battery operated type, but that obviously disconnects the interlinking portion of the smoke detector system, which is critical to let everybody know in the house that there's potentially a fire. So that's all I've got, unless anybody has any questions. I really appreciate the time. I'm glad to have joined your family networking. It's really starting to show off in people calling me, and I really appreciate it.
We appreciate you, Bud. And that's something that basically what I'm hearing from you is that people like Kathy, Bridget, basically it's the cool kids that use you. So, if you want to be a part of that cool kids club, obviously the best choice is you, right?
That's right.
Yeah, there we go. Awesome, awesome. So thank you so much for sharing more about you and your business. I'm going to pass this over to broker Bob BB. Give us an update in regards to launch coaching updates and some just broker updates.
Thank you, Stephen. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. We want to first spotlight some people in the coaching program that are doing a great job in Team Alicia's program. Big shout out to Sarah Hunter in launch. She got her first ABRE signed. Also, Paul Tolentino in launch got another BRE signed. Eric Harris, who joined Growth with Alicia a few months ago, got a BRE signed, and Erica Gutierrez joined Launch Program with Alicia. Shout out to all those kids. And then on Team Clarissa, Mindy Davis opened her first escrow in Launch, and Carlos Pedroncelli opened his second escrow in Launch, and Calden Ford just joined the Launch Program with Clarissa. All right, great job, everybody. So I have some broker information. I'm gonna put my broker hat on now. It's nice to see there's 65 people here. I saw you all trickling in. Initially, there's like 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So here's some important broker highlights you need to know. And a lot of this comes off of the statewide car call that I'm on every Friday. It's about 200 to 300 brokers across the state, in addition to the car legal team and everybody up at car that's working extra hard during this period. So here's some stuff you need to know and need to be aware about. One of the things, and this is a question I made a Facebook post earlier this week, is the PED-Vs. So listing agents, listen up. The PED-Vs are required for anybody visiting the property. And the one question I get asked a lot, does it have to be signed the same day? Yes, it does have to be signed the same day. And I know you're getting some pushback from agents out there in the industry. Well, no, it says it's within 24 hours. It's actually the same day. And in regards to the PED-Vs, they need to be saved in the transactional history in case it's ever needed to be pulled up to be proven that you've gotten them. So when Mark asks them for compliance in the review, please make sure they're in your transaction file. There are placeholders. The TCs know where to put them. And you're going to want to do this because the next thing I'm going to share with you is pretty important. It's the penalty for not following the guidelines set forth by Cal OSHA and the Department of Health. This was just discussed on Friday's call. Guess what the penalty is if we're not following the rules as real estate agents and someone decides to snitch on us? Any guesses?
$1,000.
You are correct, Deborah. It is $1,000.
And up to a year in jail, I think, right?
It's not 2 years. It's actually
Up
up to
to
1 year in jail.
That's what I said, up to a year in jail.
And up to a year. Oh yeah, yeah, up to a year in jail. So I would want to follow the guidelines that, again, they're not my guidelines. These are put out by the governor's office as a mandate by the Department of Health and Cal OSHA. So it's really important we as an industry follow this, because in the eyes of the governor of the state of California, they are not going to loosen the rules, because the way they look at the real estate industry right now is that we are in what we call a V-shape rebound. In other words, we're all doing really well. So they're not going to relax these rules because they think we're all swimming in money. I'm just translating, so don't kill the messenger. So please, please, please follow what I'm doing my best to give to you. And the last thing I want to talk about, we all love new forms. New forms, new forms, new forms. There's a new form that's now released, and it's already in the buyer packets and the listing packets in the templates. It's called the Fair Housing Disclosure Advisory. Fair Housing Disclosure Advisory. So listing agents, listen up on this. As a listing agent, it is now in that packet, and you are responsible to talk and address to the seller about when they go market their property. They have to make sure that they follow all the fair housing laws. So where can this get them in trouble? It's these, and it specifically addresses in this the buyer love letters. If the seller is looking at the buyer love letters and they entertain an offer from a buyer that gave them a love letter, and it's a nice white family compared to a brown family, and they're both the same offers, and it goes to the white family, there's a potential for a fair housing violation. And as a buyer's agent, you can still give the love letters. as a listing agent, it is your fiduciary duty to discuss to the seller, hey, if you look at these letters, you could put, and you accept an offer from somebody else that might be a white person as opposed to a brown person, there could be a potential for fair housing violation. That also comes with a financial penalty. No jail time, but financial penalty. So be really careful you discuss that with that seller. Hey, if you don't want me to give you these letters, I won't. You just tell me. And more than likely the seller would say, well, yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. So these are all new things that are coming down the pike. I hope you take it for what it is and understand it. Again, I'm not the rule setter. I'm the message. I'm not the messenger, not the message. And I don't create it. All right, you guys, with that said, have a great day. I love you all.
Love you, BB. Quick question before we move on, because I'm looking at the chat box. What if no pictures are provided in the love letter?
Well, I cannot speak to what could happen if there was ever a violation that was presented to the fair housing. It would be prove your case. And you don't know what's in the letter. In the letter, they could say, hey, we're a nice white family from the Hillcrest. You really don't know what's in the letter. So you've got to really, it's a prickly path. And these are things that are coming up from this time in history, rightfully so, because these things are being watched and looked at much more carefully than they have in the past.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Quick question.
Yes.
What if you have the letter and the seller says, okay, we don't want to see them? Is there a sign off on that? So that you're not responsible, that you actually didn't show them the letters or anything like that?
Great question. To cover your tracks, how do you always cover your tracks in a real estate transaction?
You have it signed.
Document everything.
Document everything. So you
Okay.
should memorialize in an email back to the buyer's agent, say, thank you very much for the letter. The seller will not be entertaining this letter, so I will not be presenting it to the seller.
Okay.
So that's how you say CYA in case you're ever called into court. And Chris Spade can speak to, because he sits on the grievance committee with me at SCAR, and he says the number one thing is write everything down. And that's how you protect yourself in case you're ever called into a hearing.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So any additional questions? We all know how to find your broker, Bob.
Oh, who gets the penalty? The penalty actually goes to the seller because it's a fair housing violation. And they could reach out to the broker and the agent as well.
Got it. Awesome. Awesome. Well, let's pass this over to our very own Movement Mortgage. Amanda, Wes, Ed, what y'all got for us?
What's happening, everybody?
Chilling.
You go ahead, Ed.
Oh, okay. So just wanted to let you guys know we got some good news. Our brilliant minds in our secondary department made some really good investments over the past few months, and we've been able to pass it along to all of our clients. And we've just recently lowered all of our rates across the board on all conventional VA and FHA loans, which is pretty awesome. I think it went down by almost 1/4%. Not in cost, but an actual percent. So just wanted to let you guys know that we have gotten a lot more aggressive with our rates, which is awesome. So bring us whoever you have that we can help out. We would love to throw our hat in the ring to at least give them a quote and see what we can do to help them save some money.
Yes, yes, yes. And I wanted to mention jumbo loans as well. So when COVID first hit, we were seeing some precarious jumbo loan situations, and investors were backing out and all these programs were being eliminated. But I just wanted to remind you guys that our jumbo loans are all pretty much back. We didn't get back, I think, one investor, but we actually replaced them with better investors. And those rates are actually better than the big banks, which has been pretty remarkable. We're still able to close those in 30 to 45 days. We are doing initial upfront underwrites on any jumbo loans. And for those newbies out there, any loan sizes above 701-500 is a jumbo loan for a single unit. So If you guys are having any issues in that category, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, because we've been kind of crushing that part of the market. And just like Ed said, like we were able to lower rates, and it's been so refreshing to like be literally at the bottom of the market on interest rates right now, compared to our competitors. So if you guys have any questions about that stuff, you know where to call us.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's get a little update. Justin Brown, A+ Escrow, talk to us.
What? Me? Hey guys, how's it going? Justin over at A+ Escrow. Sorry, I've been kind of busy lately, but just wanted to give you guys a shout out. Congratulations on all your numbers. I am through the grapevine hearing that there are some escrow companies that are getting a little slow on the turn times. So I just wanted to reassure everybody, especially if you're just using us for the first time, or if you're kind of thinking about coming back to A+, our turn times are still exemplary as they always have been. We do have additional remote support, additional escrow processor that can help us out when we get busy. Other than that, I wanted to reassure everybody in terms of notaries, all of our notaries, whether it be on our complimentary concierge seller service, or if you're on the buy side and it's our loan signing service, those notaries are very, very sensitive and very observant on what's going on with COVID. So they are wearing masks. They are making sure that if they can meet somebody outside or like at a park, or I've had notaries actually sign on like the hoods of cars. So our notaries are vetted. We are making sure that they're keeping compliant with that. And yeah, other than that, if you've got a new deal, just be sure to pre-open title so we can attack those solar liens, those tax liens, HOA liens, anything like that right up front, because we are still seeing a downturn on those turn times as well. Thanks again for the business, and love you guys. See ya.
Love you, man. Thank you, thank you. All right, ALC meeting, culture committee, Bridget and Susan, what y'all got for us?
Thank you, Stephen. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that came to our events the last 2 Wednesday evenings. 2 weeks ago, we had Cooking with Chris, where Chris taught everybody how to make a couple of healthy dishes. And then last week, we had Nikki baking in her kitchen in 150-degree weather and showing us how to make really yummy cupcakes. So thank you so much to them, and thanks for everybody who came. We have a couple of upcoming events that Susan and I wanted to talk about. We just want to give you a quick save the date. Our next event is going to be the week of Halloween, Thursday, October 29th. We're going to do a little Halloween cocktail hour. Of course, it will be Zoom. And we just came up with the dates for our holiday events. We are going to be doing a holiday party. We're still working out the details, but I want you guys to save the date for Friday, December 4th. It will be virtual, but we're going to come up with something really creative to get everybody together. And then I'm going to turn this over to Super Susan, who came up with a great idea to do a holiday cookie drive. She's very involved in giving back in the community. I'm going to let her take over and talk a little bit about the drive. Susan?
Well, thanks, Bridget. We were just meeting, trying to figure out our holiday excitement. And one of the things we initially thought about doing was having Nikki, who was a rock star on the cupcakes, do a cookie thing. And then we thought, well, why don't we just have more of a cookie drive? I happen to, I'm involved with a local organization that we used to feed the homeless every other Tuesday. So twice a month we would set up and serve a nice warm dinner and have a pantry and do all these wonderful things. Well, now it's Tuesday and Thursday every week. So because the need's just been so great, this started, when COVID hit. So the thought was, why don't we invite whoever would like to make holiday cookies, and we'll gather them and take them, deliver them with the meals that are being delivered on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So our thought is delivery on Tuesday the 8th. So we'll talk more about it, but I just want to kind of, if you're wanting to make holiday cookies, but you're not seeing anybody, so you're not giving them out, it might be a fun way to gather a bunch of cookies and have a really grateful group that would appreciate receiving them. And then Bridget, I was thinking in the shower this morning, thinking, well, if people are going to make cookies, and if they happen to have extra blankets they're not using, or you know, warm socks they're not using, or, you know, come December, it'll be cold and wet again. And, you know, anything like that, we could also include. We can decide if we want to add a few layers on. If you're going to be dropping cookies off, you might as well throw a blanket if you've got an extra old coat or something, but we'll talk more about that. But so the idea is that we'll instead of baking cookies live together, we'll just inspire everybody. We're going to do a little something with Nikki to maybe give us some inspiration, but keep that in mind that we'll be gathering cookies for a good cause.
Quick question.
Yes.
Where are the meals delivered to? Is it to a particular organization?
Well, I've been working with Sacred Heart Parish in Ocean Beach, and we set up in the hall there, and the home. We have a large homeless population in OB, so they come to us. Since the COVID hit, we're no longer able to actually welcome them into the hall and serve them. So meals are gathered and bagged and then handed out in front of the parish hall. Does that answer your question, Claudine?
It does, thank you.
Susan, I would love to help too.
Good, you're in.
You're
hired.
in whatever way. Thank you.
You're hired. Thank you, Deborah. You're a sweetheart. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, lady. And I like that, Susan, by the way. Cookies for a cause, right? As a way to give back, you know? So thank you so much for sharing. And in regards to property pitches, we're going to make sure that Salma has enough time to catch us up to speed in regards to command. So if you have any coming soon properties, make sure to post that to the inner office page. Remember what we've been talking about in scripts. That's perfect ammunition to be promoting that to all of those nurtures in your database. Promote those type of properties every single week, keeping in touch with them, letting them know about those coming soon properties. So make sure to post those in the interoffice page for us to distribute. Any buyer needs as well. I can't emphasize enough. Susan Gedstad and Sarah Smith from the Lee Home team made a perfect pairing. Sarah called on behalf of Susan's buyers, found an off market in Coronado. So when you post those buyer needs, our prospectors in the office are loving the fact that they have buyers in which they're calling on behalf of. So make sure to post those to the interoffice page. And without further ado, I'm going to give it on over to Salma. Salma, talk to us.
Thanks, Stephen. Hey guys, so I want to be a resource for everyone for command. I know it can be overwhelming and there's a lot in there. For today, I'm going to share my screen with you and we'll go over just some ways you can leverage your business. I hope everyone can hear me okay, and you can put a comment in the chat if you have questions. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm going to share my screen, show you ways you can leverage your business without putting too much time or even effort. Let's see if this will work. So one would be campaigns, smart plans, market snaps. Those are ways you can kind of get in front of everyone. For today, I'm going to go through the landing pages. If you have Matterport link, we can use that as a video to put into the landing page. So we'll go through it and I'll show you how to create one and where you can use them also throughout command, whether it be a smart plan or a campaign. Okay, so you're going to go into the consumer section here on command and create a new site. Through here, this will be a standalone landing page where you can put your videos, your information, even a market snap. Let's do that. I actually can't see the chat, so if anyone has a question or if I'm going really fast, just unmute yourself and I can answer those questions. Okay, so with the landing page, I think the purpose that I would use it for would be a smart plan or a campaign. So if you're doing a Facebook ad, you have to use Facebook lead generation form. And with that, you have to put a link underneath there. This is a way if you want to use your branded information with the Facebook ad where people are going to be clicking onto, you'll have this as an option. So we'll go in, put agent branding. We'll put that up here. We could put listing before that. So there we go. So kind of put the widgets in first and then we'll configure at the end, just the way that you want it to look. So we have the listing here, and luckily Nicole let me use her listing for this little presentation here, and I'll be adding that afterwards. So the first widget, we'll add a market snap, maybe a little bit about you. And I know it said Jessica, but we're just going to configure the widgets after. It'll pull up random information before then. We'll put, I think there's an, yep, download my app. Now that'll be here. Give someone a little bit more information about your app. And maybe, like, you can put whatever you want. And I'll put one more thing in here. I'll put a video, we'll put the video right here. Perfect. I think that's enough for right now. You can add whatever else. If you wanted a lead form, there's a lead form in here. We could put that at the end as well. So if you have a Matterport tour video, this could also be really useful for doing a virtual tour. Use Loom or Zoom or even a QuickTime player. If you have a Mac, you can just record your screen. I pre-recorded a little bit of a video to use for this example, but here we'll configure the widgets. There we go. So we'll configure widgets, and then I'll show you where to put the link on the video and how to use the Loom video that you did or virtual tour. So once you put in all your widgets, go to the right, hit configure widgets, and you'll see the widgets you need to configure before you can actually publish the page. So the first one would be listing, and I'm going to use Nicole's listing, which I think she's doing a price drop. And we'll put this in here. And you can use property address, MLS number, or the KWLS ID. I put the property address and she's the listing agent here. So I'm going to select that. And it'll add these options for photos. You can click on any photo that you want to use and save and apply. This will bring it into your page here. There we go. So that's like the first picture. You can also change it if you wanted to. And let's go to the next widget. So here you want to put in a little header. I believe if you don't want to put in a header at all, just put a space in there and save. But let's do neighborhood trends just for the sake of example, and save and apply. I forgot to put this in here. That should configure. And so we'll configure the next widget. This would be the video. So you can either use a video URL link or you can upload a video. I went to Matterport and I used Loom to kind of guide people through the house, like, hey, this is Selma Newman with Keller Williams. This is a property recently listed. And
Did anybody else lose volume or just me?
There, it just came back.
Okay.
We lost you for a little bit there, Selma.
I don't think Salma's on still.
Yeah, she.
Yeah, Selma, we can't hear you.
Can't hear you, Selma. Maybe it's just.
It might be your ear pod things again.
I'm not hearing anything. You either?
No, we can't hear you.
All right, somebody better jump in. Stephen, you still there?
I'll jump in for 1 second. Did you guys see Inman, Gary Keller, steps back from CEO role in massive leadership shuffle at KW? Anybody have the scoop on that?
Ashley just posted something about it
It
on
actually
Metro
found
page.
in an email from him today. It was a company-wide email that you all should have received in your in basket. If you haven't received it, we can forward it, but it was planned. This was absolutely planned. He's been moving towards that. So while we're waiting for Salma to get on board, does anybody have any other broker related questions you want to ask me? How to stay out of jail? Who's going to go?
How was your vacation? How was your vacation?
Oh, vacation was great. I want to thank everybody for allowing me to go on vacation to detox. I wasn't bothered very much at all. I really appreciate it. And I packed all these clothes and didn't wear any of them. I wore the same thing every day.
Right, Broker Bob.
Read lots of books. Oh, here's the other issue you guys are asking me about. I get these asked a lot about open houses. Get the term open houses out of your vernacular. You won't be using that term. You can be using COVID compliant home tour.
Can I share my screen?
Compliant home tour. Are we back?
What?
At the bottom where
I can share screen. Hi guys, I had to switch to the training room. My Zoom is not working. I'm gonna try to pick up where I left off if this works, if it will allow. No. I thought I was just in there. Is this the wrong screen? This might be. Oh, I guess I have to. There we go. Sorry guys for the technical difficulties. But I think you can see the screen, right? Yes, we can. We can see it and hear you. Yes, it's a lag. It's a little bit of a lag on my part, but I'm gonna try to pick up where I left off. Let's see. might be a bust. All right, so it didn't save the landing page I was working on, but we can go into this one. And kind of finish configuring the widgets, and I can show you how to publish it and use that link for the future. So basically configuring the widgets, you just go through the top. I'm not going to do it because I wasted a little bit of time, but go through the widgets and configure them here. If there's something that's missing and it has a red star, it needs to have something in there. And I believe if you didn't want to write anything, so you didn't want download my KW app, just put a space bar and that should work, or space, and then that should save it as that. But make sure they're all configured. I will show you where to get your KW app link because you'll need that. So here's the KW app link. I will show you where to get that once I get out of this landing page here. All right. So say that is all configured correctly. Right, save and apply. Okay. They want me to add more information. Where's that download app link? KW app link. Hopefully this will save and then we can move. Nope. All right, let's go and find it. KW app link. So to get your KW app link, you'll go back into the consumer section on command. And this you can actually just copy and you can text it to people to download your app. But go through there. Site and app settings, which was on the right here. Go to the URL section. And then here's your KW app link. You're going to copy that and go back into the listing part and put it here. There you go. Save and apply. Let's see what else we're missing. A heading here. It wants me to choose a listing. This is setting me back. What was it? 3789. Here we go. Definitely recommend going into incognito because I'm not. It's a little bit lagging. But if you are in incognito, it should work. I have to configure all of these to get to the next step. Save and apply. I think everything was here. Save and apply. Like this. Save and apply that. There we go. So now that everything was filled in and I had to kind of do it again since we cut off, you'll see all of these as a blue check mark, and then you'll finally be able to publish the page, which is where I wanted to go. So publish the page here, and then now it's going to be live, and you can use this URL link for your campaigns. If you wanted to change the URL, you can change it here. You could put the address, 3789. And then create that. If you wanted to use your own GoDaddy link, or there's a few other ways you can get your link, you can actually input that here by changing it. If you click on it, it'll bring it up onto, it'll bring it up on a separate tab. And you'll see your landing page here. And that's pretty much how the landing page will work. And you can use that and go back into your smart plans and or your campaigns and use that as a link. If that should work. Hold on, where are you guys? Let's stop sharing this. There we are. Okay. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just make some time. There's the tech trainings. There's the one-on-ones if you guys need extra support. I kind of went through that quickly because I went from my computer to this computer. But yeah, use commands, leverage your systems for you, so making it a lot easier so you can focus on things like setting appointments and meeting with people. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Sorry about that.
Well, it looks like Stephen, oh, there's
All
Stephen.
right, yeah, no, hi guys. Sorry, I took the water break at the wrong time. But in any case, thank you guys so much for participating. Also, as a little heads up, if you have not looked on the Facebook inner office page, I posted basically the magic pill or the 4 steps for a powerful fourth quarter to incorporate a lot of what Salma's been talking about in regards to the drip campaign, staying on top of people. I'm also going to be posting some additional scripts. So for listing agents, when you have these coming soon properties coming up, as well as when it's just listed and when it's just sold, I'm going to be posting the script as far as how to build additional business from that, specifically just by emailing and texting the canceleds and expireds. The general theme that it's basically coming to is you're saying, hey, look, Alicia, I've got this coming soon property, right? I'm expecting quite a few buyers coming out of the woodwork. Look, may I promote yours as an off market, right? And it's keeping that conversation going to where now you can set appointments via email and text. So for those that phone is really heavy for you to pick up, be on the lookout as far as that, the 4 steps to have a powerful fourth quarter, as well as the scripts in regards to turning business into more business. Turn 1 listing into 2 or 3. So thank you so much for being here, Salma. Thank you so much for all that you do for us, and make it a great one, guys. Thank you for being here.